Pound 14. We're here joined by my friend always. You're here again with the Rich and Jim show. We're doing kind of like a dual thing tonight because Jim is over there playing Metal Gear Solid, and I'm actually doing my Far Cry 5 special project for the clan right now. I'm building my escape map. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you guys the map here, build it in front of you, and then we're going to talk about our post-E3 thoughts. That's the theme for this stream, is our post-E3 thoughts. So, Jim, you want to start? No, they had a great showcase this year. And it was kind of their same model last year too. You know, game. It's always, they keep it about the games. And I really wish Sony could remember that too, because I tell you what, sometimes I can't turn this object? Oh shit, I can't. That sucks. Put it right there. Sometimes they keep trying to experiment with this with their E3 shows, and I hate it. I mean, they open up in that church thing, which I thought was stupid. And you know, I need to put this higher. Oh yeah, I gotta put that way higher. No, I hate how they keep doing that. And I know why they're doing it, because they're on top right now, they don't need to worry. But it's just a shame that they keep doing that shit, because that's what PSX is supposed to be for. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see soon enough where they go with. I was really impressed with Microsoft. You know, they had a lot of those world premieres, which are awesome. I think I was mostly impressed with Bethesda. I honestly thought that Starfield was just an ES6 project name, but turns out that it's its own new RPG franchise, and that's a new for Bethesda. And, we were talking about, I think it was a year ago, and I know we've had the conversation multiple times, but we talk about because every time a Bethesda releases a single-player RPG, whether it be Fallout or Elder Scrolls, they set the bar. They've always set the bar on map size, they've always set the bar on character depth and storytelling and NPCs, and, now, it's like, I remember us talking about, what could they do to bump it up a notch, and I think this was the best play they could make, introduce a whole new fucking, series, and that's just mind-blowing. It's not a side project like Prey and Dishonored are that are handled by other studios that Bethesda owns, but this is an original Bethesda Softworks new RPG, and that just boggles my mind. And it's in space? Oh shit. I mean, we finally have post-apocalyptic Earth, we have, medieval past, now we've got futuristic space. So, I'm really happy to see where that goes. Unfortunately, we might have to wait till next gen for that, but if so, so be it. But of course, who could forget my Elder Scrolls 6 announcement? That was a long time waiting. And I actually told our co-host Jim here, and I mean this, if, when that magical game comes out, I totally plan on picking that up. I plan on picking the whole collector's edition, whatever much money it is. Oh, we're talking about Starfield, Bobby. That's a new single-player RPG that Bethesda announced. But now we're speaking Elder Scrolls again. No, when it comes to Elder Scrolls, I'm gonna buy the whatever insanely priced edition they have. Jim, I don't know, whenever that game comes out in the next few years, I don't know if you're gonna follow suit. But I've never bought a collector's edition before, never the big boxes. But I think for Elder Scrolls 6, I'm very well gonna do that. And if it doesn't come with the strategy guide, which it should, if it doesn't, then I'm just gonna buy the strategy guide too. So I'll need one dumpster truck for the game, and I'll need one dumpster truck for the strategy guide. You know what I mean, Jim? Oh my god. For anyone who doesn't get the reference, you need a forklift to carry the Elder Scrolls V strategy guide. That thing is like massive. In fact, I got it down here somewhere, the special edition guide. I think it's over there in the corner. Oh. So, Jim, what was your favorite game? Oh, go ahead. Oh, I got a text from a member. What do they want? From Sony's conference. Oh my god.
Journey.
Now, neither am I. I'm gonna buy that game when it goes to like $40. I'm gonna buy it day one. Sorry, PlayStation fans that are gonna shoot me for that. A game I tell you that I am thinking about buying day one. I actually didn't believe I'm saying this. I'm thinking about buying Spider-Man. That game, every time I see it, that game looks fucking cooler and cooler. Kind of looks like fucking Infamous, which I'm really liking. So I'm very, very thinking about buying that game first day. Especially, I don't really like Spider-Man himself, but I love all the villains. The villains are badass. again, it's what? Holy shit, it's a... Oh, EA. Without a hesitation. No, it's their whole... I really do challenge any Battlefield fan to disagree with me. Battlefield 5 looks like BF1 DLC. And again, I know World War I and World War II are completely different wars, but the games look similar. It's too similar. Have you or him played Doom? Yeah, we both have played Doom. Bobby. But I'll talk about Doom in a second if you want. Back to, Battlefield 5 looks like BF1 DLC. And to tell you the truth, after BF1, which was, I'm going to say it, BF1 was an amazing, awesome game. And after that, and after, like, Call of Duty WW2, I'm done. I mean, I was never the big proponent of the past games in the first place. I loved the Exosuit on Advanced Warfare. I thought Black Ops 3 fucked it up, and I thought Infinite Warfare was just a disaster. But, and you can quote me on this because you've heard me say in the past, I thought that Infinite Warfare was a blatant copyright on Black Ops 3. If you played the fucking alpha or the beta for Infinite Warfare, you would see that too. It is a blanket fucking bullshit copy off Black Ops 3, and it's embarrassing. Look, I really usually don't say that about most games, but I legitimately believe they copied a lot of the fucking elements from Black Ops 3. You could see it when you play. But no, I'm done with the past, man. I want to head back to my maybe not the Exos, even though if they were gonna do Exos again, I'd want them to bring back the AW Exos because those were the best. But if not that, which I'm not really too crazed about, just make it modern again. That's all I want. And game developers on the whole, they gotta stop being pussies. Like, I've been wanting a fucking FPS. I've been wanting an FPS where I get to go and hunt down ISIS. I would fucking kill to play a game like that. Oh my fucking god. I go hunt down ISIS and their fucking terrorist leader organization, but the gaming industry's too fucking liberal. They're too scared to make fucking games like that anymore. Fucking... Like, if there was a game where I got to hunt down Osama bin Laden, I'd pay $100 for that fucking game. Just to put a bullet in that crazy psycho's head. Oh. But no, that's my feelings on that. That was my biggest disappointment, was Battlefield 5. And I mean, EA just had disappointment after disappointment. I did not understand why Battlefront 2 was even there. It was, I mean, I guess they were trying to save face, but at the same time, it could have worked if the guy they had wasn't such a scrub. Like, you could totally tell the guy they had presenting did not want to be there. He had no reason to be there, and he sucked. So, you know, to be honest, I feel like one of the head game developers, one of the head people over at fucking DICE, or not DICE, I forgot who actually makes Star Wars Battlefront. I'm sure it's DICE and someone else. I don't know. But a head designer over there pushed that guy into the stage because he was too embarrassed to do it himself. That's why that guy went there, because I know for a fact that EA wouldn't put someone on the stage like that. So, they told them to get someone from the team out there, and the team decided to put the most, weakest dude out there, the newest guy, because they didn't want to face up to it. I really think that's what happened. But, no, it's disappointment from them. The only thing I liked from their thing was they had the, what was that? The yarn game, Jim. Fucking, Unravel 2. That was, I've got Unravel 1, and I want to play through it, but Unravel 2 looked pretty cool. What I say about EA is they had a great opener, that 3D representation of that Anthem fight. But, again, I'm trying to outweigh, and the industry's really good. The gaming industry has gotten really good at luring in gamers. Because on the surface, Anthem looks amazing. It's cool, robotic suits, Iron Man shit. I want to fucking go and do that shit. That shit sounds cool. Flying around, blasting shit with rockets and laser beams. Holy shit, that's fun. But here's the truth about that fucking game. That game is a fucking Destiny clone. And I don't care what anyone says. You watch the E3 demo and you tell me that doesn't look like a strike from Destiny. Because that's what it was. You go through an area, you fucking do like one or two shitty little objectives, then you face the area boss, and then you fucking stop. And that's exactly what they did. They went through a little area, completed one or two shitty objectives, and they faced the big fucking spider thing. Destiny clone. And the spider thing may be cool the first 3 or 5 times, but play the spider thing 10,000 times, and then you start to get fucking bored. Ugh, EA disappointed. Real disappointment. So I kind of went on a tirade there. At least 5 years, because the last Splinter Cell was on PS3. At least 5 years. And it was right before, remember, released like right before PlayStation came out. It's been like 5 years, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I definitely hear you. And I don't know who's making decisions over there, but to have Aisha Tyler still not hosting, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Agreed, actually, on that one. Now, skipping back to Nintendo for a bit. Back to Ubisoft for a bit. Yeah, I'm really surprised we didn't get Splinter Cell, because it was kind of expected. Because, I'm actually really happy with Ubisoft the last year or so. They've been doing real good, and now to have this issue arise with Splinter Cell, it just doesn't make sense, because they refurbished all their main franchises.
Journey.
Now it's like you're skipping out on fucking Splinter Cell. Come on. And I hope that I hope it's just a knockout punch, because as we all know, Ubisoft currently is under attack by a company called Vivendi. And this company has been going around buying all the public stocks of some of the biggest gaming developers and publishers. They're trying to get a little corner on the market. And Ubisoft's been fighting these guys for the last 3 or 4 years. They even hired 2 more board members who get, because they get automatic shares of stock. And, just to keep the stock within Ubisoft. And, now that they're, all their games, and all the Ubisoft games are getting massive praise for the last couple of years. And if they do the same shit that they did to Assassin's Creed and Ghost Recon and Far Cry, if they do the same shit to the Division 2, then Division 2 will do really well, and they'll continue on their success. So again, that's why I'm still kind of hoping out that they're keeping Splinter Cell as a 1-2 punch sort of say, a ace up the sleeve. I mean, all we can do is hope. And bitch. I want a bitch. Don't you want a bitch, Jim? Bitch at Ubisoft for... Give me my fucking Splinter Cell, you bastards. No, it doesn't. But hopefully we'll get answers. That is the hope. But Bobby here wants us to talk about Doom. He wants to get our opinions because it's only $15 on the store right now. Yeah, I actually kind of agree with Jim. Even though I'm a fantastic lover of violence and action in games, I actually found this game to be quite boring. I found the action to be repetitive, and I mean, it was meaningless violence. And for me, it's very hard to sell me meaningless violence because if there's no motivation for it, I'm not going to enjoy it. It just feels like a grind. Especially to me as a trophy hunter, there was, trophies centered around killing massive amounts of enemies. And I just didn't want to fucking do that. It was boring. But it's very fast paced. It's fast, it's quick, it's kill to kill to kill to kill to kill. And the story is slightly interesting, but again, it wasn't really enough to hold me. But I still think it's probably worth $15. I'd probably pay that for it. I never beat the game too. I got past like the first mission, and the first like 3 or 4 missions, and that was it. Alrighty, gonna get my first level here done. Let's save. So, Jim, what did you think of the Bethesda conference? Because you never really gave an opinion on that one. Nope, we can't have that. Yeah, that's something companies have to stop doing. Agreed. What's new? Yeah. Audrey, I don't know if you've, I know I told you this, but I don't know if you forgot. And anyone watching, that little demo or gag they showed at E3 with Todd, the guy using the Alexa to play Skyrim, that's actually not a gag. You can actually go and download that for your Alexa. That is just not a joke. I actually found that out today, a couple days ago. I was shocked. You can actually go and do that. a hard one to ask. A couple companies have risky things. PlayStation and Microsoft, they're safe as always. But the others, EA's definitely is going to take a hit, but Battlefield fags always come to Battlefield. So, well, yeah, like I said, I think they play to their strengths, which, albeit are strong to start with, but they play to the strengths, which is why, I'm not 100% concerned with them. Ubisoft's gonna have I'm gonna wait to call it until the Division 2 beta drops, because I'm probably gonna go put $5 on Division 2 so I can play the beta. But I tell you now, that beta's got to be fucking mint, because that Ubisoft definitely has some damage control they gotta fucking do with that game. They gotta make it up to fans, so I'm excited to see how exactly they're gonna do that. Because fans, if you're watching this, the fans are not fucking thrilled with you. I don't care how many magic patches you made for fucking the Division. I went back on that game, still the same bullshit. So, you guys have some work to do. I'm interested to see if The Last of Us is gonna have multiplayer. Or a multiplayer experience, because here's the shitty thing is PlayStation needs to have something to combat Halo, and they don't have it right now, multiplayer-wise. I mean, you could say Sekirio, which is going to be a PlayStation exclusive, has PvP in it, but not like Halo. So they need to come out, and I was really hoping that we'd see another Killzone. Killzone could have multiplayer, or a Resistance, which I haven't had a Resistance since I think fucking 2011. So, I'm always on the lookout for those games. But, the only thought, to get off, because I forgot to go over Microsoft's, thing too. The only thing I'm worried about with Microsoft is still their amount of exclusives, because they played it tricky at E3. Microsoft they only showed 4 actual Microsoft exclusives at E3. Everything else is either a timed launch window, meaning that Xbox will get it 60 days, whatever, before PlayStation does, or they had like a exclusive, exclusive parts. But they only showcased the actual 4 fully exclusive games for Xbox. And while PlayStation didn't show that many exclusives either, the exclusives PlayStation has, I think, are hands and shoulders better than the exclusives Microsoft has. Microsoft has Halo, and that's a fucking massive exclusive. But PlayStation has Ghost of Tsushima, Sekirio, Last of Us, and what's that fucking other game? Well, the game that just came out. Spider-Man, but also the game that just came out, which is still going to be huge for this year, Detroit Become Human. So, while they have that massive hitter Halo, I think that's the only really exclusive I have to worry about. Crackdown 3, come on. I got Just Cause. Oh, yeah, Gears of War. Sorry, I forgot that one. No, Gears of War is definitely Gears of War and Halo are definitely the ones I'm concerned about. But anything other than that, PlayStation has it on lockdown. And I mean, even you got to admit, you saw the trailer for you saw the demo for Ghost of Tsushima. That game looks fucking like the shit. I don't want to play that. So. What? Oh, for PlayStation, yeah. That's going to be a big one. So, I mean, PlayStation's got a lot more exclusives than Xbox, doing them a lot better. But Xbox has the massive hitting exclusives. I mean, if PlayStation were to put out another, I mean, it's too soon for a God of War. Way too soon. And the last one we had was absolutely stunningly amazing. And Xbox is feeling that, that's for sure. But, they gotta put out, like, it'd be great if we could get another Infamous. But I still don't think Infamous is up to the level of there. I think if they were to come out with another Killzone, that could fight Gears of War. I think so. Not Halo, but Gears, yes. I think it could fight Gears of War. Infamous doesn't really. It's you know, I love Infamous. Don't get me wrong. I have a shit ton of plants in it, but we'll see. We'll see how Xbox plays the hand, because it's you know, Todd Howard said next generation this year, and when the developers start talking like that, that means something's up. So I still don't think we're hitting the next generation of consoles for about another at least 3 years, 2 or 3 years at least. But I think now that Todd Howard has come out and started talking next gen, I think we're gonna start getting and beyond for him, Spencer himself, the head of Xbox, he came out and said, we're working on the new Xbox. He came out and said, we are working on the new Xbox. It's just, so when you have developers coming out and saying shit like that, that means that, I'm going to predict that E3 2020, we see a teaser for the next consoles. At the start of the new decade. I think we see a teaser. I think we see a reveal in 3 years. No, Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't come out to the new consoles. We will not see Elder Scrolls on PlayStation 4. I highly doubt it. I'm hoping that Todd Howard. Well, again, we're going off the word of Todd Howard, who is an incessant liar. But I'm hoping that Starfield comes out for the PS4. But you know, if not, then I will wait till next gen for both those games. And that is all she wrote, people. Well, 2019, the clan's going to be doing, we're already confirmed for Black Ops 4. So we're going to be doing that. Jim here will be taking over command of that. Beyond for Black Ops 4, the clan is considering going to Fallout 76. It's not been confirmed yet, but there's a high probability that we're going to be heading over there. There's been talks of more SPDs. Jim, I'm assuming our Dark Souls SPD will be in 2019. I think we'll end up working it into that year too, so that we'll be doing that. The whole where me and Jim will be taking all 3 Dark Souls games and going through them all with the same characters, as close as we can make them on each game. Beyond for that, the clan's starting up a D&D group, some kind of plan there. So we're still working out the kinks with that, but that's going to be a great competition. We actually have, and he's not in the chat with us today, unfortunately, but we actually have a person with us, who is right now training to become our next general of the clan. So that's going to be a big day for the clan, having a new general. That does not happen every day. And it's pretty much a surprise. The clan's thinking about having some kind of placement on Division 2, but we're still not sure yet. But mostly it's a surprise. We'll also be running a 3rd game by the end of 2018, which will go in 2019. That game is still yet undecided. Our General Hitman will be picking his game in the following weeks. So that is what people can expect. And of course, we're going to keep, hello NASA, we're going to keep, I think this year we're also going to redouble our efforts on the St. Jude's Children's Hospital charity. I want to do some kind of stuff with the Child's Play charity, which is the charity of PAX. And it would take a miracle now, but if funds can happen and everything can work, I really want to go to E3 next year. So that is the plan. I actually hope to see 4 generals by the end of 2018. I really want them by the end. It all depends on how training goes for our 1 general and how the other potential prospect, works on his rank ups. Wink, wink. But, no, I hope to see 4 by the end of the year. And, it's going to be really, I tell you what, 2019 should be real fun. And I expect the clan to be on at least 3 games by the end of the year. So. Well, the D&D project will, since I'm going to be the DM, it'll probably be run as a special project for the clan. And then, that way everyone who comes to it will still earn clan time and that kind of stuff. And then, I've got to get the player book, which I've already bought, and next week I'm buying the Dungeon Master's Guide. I got to study up. We're going to do a couple demo runs, and then we'll do the actual campaign one, and I'm hoping to before I do all that, I have to do all that before I even select people, because I already told you that our first run is going to be a limited number of people, just to kind of work out the kinks on how we're going to do this over PlayStation and all that. And I want to finish my Far Cry special project and the clan video I'm working on before I start that. But I'd love to start it by September. Like, not the demo campaign, like the actual real first campaign, not the demo little run-throughs we go through. But I just need to learn the thing, build everything through some demos, and then we can definitely do it. And we may even do a prize too. We may even, depending on what kind of campaign we're going to make, whether it's going to be a more PvP campaign or, I don't know. We have to see. But I'd love to have it starting in September. Yes. NASA, no, yes, I do work with many Far Cry 5 communities to make maps for people and all that. I do take requests, so if you have requests for maps, just put it in the comments below, and I will try my best to put it on my list. My list, just to let you know, has 55, as of right now, map suggestions. So I'm working through them as best as I can, and now that E3's kind of over and the hype has died down, now I can get back to it, which is what we're doing here. Let's save again. Always save your maps, people. Most important thing. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Why don't I just tilt that rock instead? Great idea, Rich. Just tilt this motherfucker instead. Hell yeah. Now I need to have another tilted area. I can hear my brother's girlfriend in the background raging on Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm actually surprised that, well, I'm not surprised, but I honestly do think the next game from, Activision will be Grand Theft Auto 6. I know that's big to say right now, but with the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, which I will be buying that game, with the oh yeah, this plans out real nice, and I can. Yeah, I have them. Oh, that's fucking sexy. Let's put you right here. Mm-hmm. So what? For what? The D&D campaign?
Journey.
Are you talking like first kind of mini boss or first just enemy encounter? Oh, so you want my ideas for the main boss? Well, I was actually thinking about this, when I was on a run today, and, if you remember correctly, before ESO came out, I'd written a short chapter series, which I didn't end up finishing until many years later. And it's called The Four Horsemen because originally, four of us wanted to go on ESO and make the Four Horsemen a reality. You know, turn our characters into them. And when I finished, I loved the story so much that I commissioned an artist to make me, and this was years ago, make me a picture, a digital art piece of my character from my descriptions. And I sent it to him. I did a fantastic job. I still got the picture. And in fact, I've been thinking about sending it to Amazon to have them blow it up, you know, in those poster-sized frames. And I think, I think with a little tweaking, because it's not going to be exactly the original, but I think he's going to be my main boss. I'm going to tweak his backstory quite a bit, and then tweak some of his personality traits and stuff like that, but I think he's going to be the base for my thing, and what I'll do for the campaign, I'm thinking is I'm going to, maybe I'll have an artist do a redrawing of him, and, when you guys go to face him in the campaign for the first time, I'll send you all the pictures, so you can kind of get, like, the image of him in your heads. It'll be pretty fun. He's a terrifying opponent, a great boss. So, he will definitely challenge. He will definitely challenge you. And again, I've already told you what I'm thinking about for a setting, and I'm still tweaking that setting, and I'm still tweaking, you know, some of the villages and towns I've created. I've got some things in my mind, but I kind of just don't want to say anything on stream because I don't want to spoil it. You know, because it will be good. That I can promise people. You know what I mean? It will. Promise it will be good.
Journey.
And I think here's where we're going to end it, everyone, for my Mapmaker stream. And unfortunately, a little Rich and Jim show here. I've got a prior family engagement, so we're going to have to end a little early tonight at around 1 hour. But as you can see here, we pretty much made the base of my little ice wall path thing here. What we're going to do is I'm going to have, now you can see I've made this ledge up and we used the zip line to get down here. I'm going to have a lot more grapple swings here. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to have a long wall that spans the top of here. And I'm going to have the player be able to grapple swing along that wall and reach a area actually in front of the enclosure where they'd be able to get up on top and dive off and get past this area. It'll be pretty fun. But that is it. Again, I'm Power Pound 14. My lovely friend here, as always. Oh shit, I gotta delete that. Jim Ray 83 with us. And again, if you guys are looking to join a clan for any of the games we kind of mentioned, or looking for people to chill with, you can always message me, PowerPound14. It's POWERPOUND14. That's again POWERPOUND14. And I'm always accepting friends requests and looking for recruits. If you guys want to follow our clan, you can click on our Facebook link, which is on the YouTube channel, so you can see that. And I will see you all again soon.